Blessed child of God, welcome to Bible Bedtime, episode 248. I'm your host, Dana, and in this podcast, I read a full chapter of the Bible in a way that I hope will help you fall asleep in heavenly peace. In this season 5, we are reading through the 5th book of the Old Testament, Deuteronomy, which we will finish tonight. Starting in the next episode, we will begin the 5th book of the New Testament, Acts. And after the chapter, I will read another chapter from the book of Psalms, and then finish with the Lord's Prayer. If you'd like to support this ad-free podcast with a love offering, we are on Venmo. You can just enter at Bible Bedtime, or you can search for Bible Bedtime Podcast. All the links are in the show description, and any gift you give blesses me and helps offset the costs of producing the show. Now, I would also be blessed if you reach out to me. Just tell me who you are, tell me how you found Bible Bedtime, and maybe any things that you like, or maybe even don't like about Bible Bedtime. You can send me an email directly at BibleBedtimePodcast@gmail.com, or you can join our Facebook group. Just look for Bible Bedtime Podcast, and I would love to hear from you. Now, before we settle in for tonight's reading of the Bible, it's time for you to officially end your day. There's really nothing more you need to accomplish today except preparing your body and your mind for rest. Make sure that your lights in the room where you're sleeping are adjusted as best you can for sleeping. If you can adjust the temperature to make it that perfect sleeping temperature, go ahead and do that. And put away any distractions. Then enjoy snuggling into your bed and getting into that favorite sleeping position where you can just relax. Feel your head grow heavy on your pillow, and feel all the tension release from your body. As you take each breath in, you're breathing in peace, and as you breathe out, you are releasing your day. You're releasing any tension you might feel. You are letting go because you can. This is your time to rest, and you don't need to do anything else. Now, if you can join me, as we always do, in taking 3 deep breaths. And this is a trigger to your mind and to your body that it's time to start falling asleep. 1, 2, and 3. That's lovely. Deuteronomy 34, the final chapter of Deuteronomy. Then Moses climbed Mount Nebo from the plains of Moab to the top of Pisgah, across from Jericho. There the Lord showed him the whole land, from Gilead to Dan, all of Naphtali, the territory of Ephraim and Manasseh, all the land of Judah, as far as the western sea, the Negev, and the whole region from the valley of Jericho, the city of palms, as far as Zoar. Then the Lord said to him, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when I said, I will give it to your descendants. I have let you see it with your eyes, but you will not cross over into it." And Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in Moab, as the Lord had said. He buried him in Moab, in the valley opposite Beth Peor, but to this day no one knows where his grave is. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyes were not weak, nor his strength gone. The Israelites grieved for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days, until the time of weeping and mourning was over. Now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands on him. So the Israelites listened to him and did what the Lord had commanded Moses. Since then, no prophet has risen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, who did all those miraculous signs and wonders the Lord sent him to do in Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his officials and to his whole land. For no one has ever shown the mighty power or performed the awesome deeds that Moses did in the sight of all Israel. Psalm 30, a psalm, a song for the dedication of the temple of David. I will exalt you, O Lord, for you lifted me out of the depths and did not let my enemies gloat over me. O Lord, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. O Lord, you brought me up from the grave. You spared me from going down into the pit. Sing to the Lord, you saints of his. Praise his holy name. For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may remain for a night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. When I felt secure, I said, I will never be shaken. O Lord, when you favored me, you made my mountain stand firm. But when you hid your face, I was dismayed. To you, O Lord, I called. To the Lord I cried for mercy. What gain is there in my destruction? In my going down into the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be merciful to me. O Lord, be my help. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing to you and not be silent. O Lord, my God, I will give you thanks forever. And now we close with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Amen. And in closing, the words of Psalm 20:14, may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my Redeemer. Now it's time for you to fall asleep and sleep well. Sweet dreams. Good night.